Now, Lane, a lot of people are going to fault Lane for leaving. And I don't fault Lane one bit because all you people, and I'm saying you people, all you people that wanted players to get paid and unlimited transfer and just basically the wild, wild west of college football, this is what it has led to. So now it's perfectly okay in this atmosphere in college football for another institution to approach another college, another coach and their agent about a coaching job, about a coaching vacancy when they're still coaching that team. So you can't get mad at Lane Kiffin for going, okay, I get a top 5 job. I got one of the top recruiting bases in the country. I've got unlimited assets and resources. Yes, check, please. I do not fault Lane one bit for leaving. And I'm going to tell you something else. Lane Kiffin at LSU, that's going to be a behemoth. Think about all the players that have come through LSU. Think about that Joe Burrow 2019 team. Think about all the receivers that have come through there. Odell Beckham, Malik Neighbors, on and on and on. Player after player after player. Lane Kiffin to LSU, he knows. He's not dumb. And for you Ole Miss people, I hate it for you. It sucks. But the reality is he made your program better, and Ole Miss is a much more desirable job than it was 6 years ago when Lane landed on campus. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of one of those things like you dated a really, really hot chick and then she broke your heart. Well, at least you got to date her for a while. You know, at least you got to be seen in public with her. So it's kind of the same thing. At least Ole Miss, you got to taste it. You're in the college football playoff. You know it can be done. Now you just need to make another good hire.
Well, I guess you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, as the beat reporter for Ole Miss said.
And that was phenomenal. Lane going right to that guy's face and getting in his face. That guy almost took a dump in his drawers. That was great.
But
that was freaking great.
But you know what? That guy was right, because he did leave at the first sign of a better deal. But that's going to be I can't stand it at the end. I have something. The NCAA's got to do something about this, and we'll definitely get into that a little bit later. All right, now on to Rocky Top as Vanderbilt goes into Knoxville and blows the doors off the Volunteers in the second half. That was crazy. Pavia doing Pavia stuff, 268 in the air and 165 on the ground. Boss, what you got?
Would you call this an upset?
No.
Not this year. Not this year.
Right. Exactly. Kind of saw this coming, you know. Did expect Tennessee to put up a little bit more of a fight. They clearly did not. Pavia had his way. Defense had their way. They just went in there and handled business. Easy as that. I mean, I don't have much to say about this game outside of that. I mean, to me it was expected. I didn't think Tennessee had a chance to win this game. I never did. And you know, Pavia has been saying it all year long. They want in the playoffs. So, you know, and they've got a handful of losses. You know, they can't lose anymore. And now they're right there as Texas is, sitting there with their hands out, wanting in this thing. So, and they just beat a tough Tennessee team. Tennessee's not easy to beat. We've all been there, you know, and they went in there and spanked them. I mean, they did. This was handling business if I've ever seen it done. So yeah. I'll leave it at that.